morning, Excellencies, heads of agencies, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delivering a message on behalf of the Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres. The theme is potential in diversity. Our world faces many grave challenges: widening conflicts and inequality, extreme weather and deadly intolerance, security threats, including nuclear weapons. We have the tools and wealth to overcome these challenges. All we need is the will. The world's problems transcend borders. We have to transcend our differences to transform our future. When we achieve human rights and human dignity for all people, then we build a peaceful, sustainable, and just world. On United Nations Day, let us, we the peoples, make this vision a reality. Thank you, shukran, gracias, merci, obrigado, amasaganala.
Your Excellency, the flag raising ceremony is over. Permission to dismiss.
Excellency Ms. Giovanni Biha, Deputy Executive Secretary, Knowledge Delivery at the ECA, Commissioner of Political Affairs of the African Union Commission, Ms. Minata Samate, Ambassadors, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. First, I would like to say Happy United Nations Day. On behalf of the government of Ethiopia, I would like to thank the UNECA for inviting us to celebrate the United Nations Day. This big day has been celebrated around the world since 1948, and it marks the anniversary of the entry into force of the UN Charter. We're very proud that Ethiopia was one of the founding members of the United Nations. I do strongly believe that the theme of the celebration of this year, potential in diversity, is really a timely theme. We call it in Ethiopia, unity in diversity. Since the foundation of the UN, my country has been playing a significant role in all aspects of the UN's role, like peacekeeping activities for the last several years, since actually the 1950s, and continues to play its role within Africa. Examples are in Darfur, Abyei, and Addis. Ethiopia is a major troop contributing country to the UN peacekeeping operations in Africa. This is a testament to Ethiopia's commitment to maintaining peace and security in Africa and beyond. As your excellencies know, Ethiopia is currently serving as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council and has been playing its role in the global arena. We are coordinating our works with the African Union as a regional economic communities to advance our common objectives in all issues that are vital to Africa and the world. The September 2017 resolution on peacekeeping funding proposed by Ethiopia was unanimously adopted by the UN Security Council. Ethiopia is active not only in peacekeeping activities, but also in implementing the MDGs to elevate its people from poverty and underdevelopment. It has achieved a very encouraging result in this too. It continues to domesticate Agenda 2063 to implement the SDGs by domesticating them to its people and institutions, also by incorporating the goals into its national growth and transformation plan too. Excellencies, Ethiopia continues to be the main beneficiary of almost all UN development programs, and we thank the UN for its significant assistance. Finally, we thank the ECA for the work that it is going to start next year to renovate the Africa Hall, and I assure you of my government's full support till the end of the project. I thank you so much.
Madame Giovanni Biha, secrétaire exécutive adjointe, Monsieur l'ambassadeur représentant permanent de la République fédérale démocratique d'Éthiopie auprès de l'Union africaine, Madame Aouna Eziakonwa Onochi, coordinatrice résidente des Nations Unies, représentante résidente du PNUD et coordonnatrice des Nations Unies pour les affaires humanitaires, Mesdames et Messieurs les chefs d'agence, Mesdames et Messieurs les membres du corps diplomatique, honorables invités, c'est un grand honneur pour moi et un réel plaisir de prendre la parole au nom de son Excellence Moussa Faki Mahamat, président de la Commission de l'Union africaine, à l'occasion de la Journée des Nations Unies que nous célébrons le 24 octobre de chaque année. Le président Faki, dont l'engagement en faveur du multilatéralisme ne fait l'objet d'aucun doute, aurait souhaité être parmi nous ce matin pour prendre la parole à l'occasion de cette importante commémoration. Toutefois, en raison d'engagements antérieurs, il n'a pu être des nôtres ce matin. Il s'en excuse et me charge de délivrer le message ci-après. Mesdames et messieurs, avant tout propos, je voudrais remercier Madame Vera Songwe, secrétaire exécutive de la Commission économique des Nations Unies pour l'Afrique, pour avoir associé la Commission de l'Union africaine à cette importante commémoration. Cela traduit l'importance que la Commission économique des Nations Unies pour l'Afrique accorde au continent africain. Mesdames et messieurs, il est important de rappeler que la Journée des Nations Unies est célébrée chaque année le 24 octobre, jour anniversaire de l'entrée en vigueur de la Charte des Nations Unies. C'est une occasion pour nous de rappeler les nobles objectifs, principes et valeurs qui y figurent. La célébration de cette journée est une opportunité majeure pour nous de réitérer avec force notre attachement à l'Organisation des Nations Unies qui œuvre sans relâche pour la paix, la sécurité, la stabilité et le développement dans le monde et particulièrement sur le continent africain. C'est dire que la Charte des Nations Unies reste le socle de la paix universelle. La commémoration cette année de la Journée des Nations Unies intervient dans un contexte particulièrement difficile pour le continent africain, avec la recrudescence d'actes terroristes, des conflits et autres drames humanitaires. Pour résoudre ou faire face à ces situations, l'Afrique a toujours bénéficié du soutien et de l'engagement des Nations Unies et de la communauté internationale dans son ensemble. C'est le lieu pour moi de saluer l'action des forces de maintien de la paix qui travaillent sans relâche sur le continent africain, malheureusement parfois au péril de leur vie. Qu'il me soit permis également de saluer toute la pertinence du thème retenu pour la présente célébration sur les objectifs de développement durable. Vous me permettrez, mesdames et messieurs, de saisir l'occasion qui m'est offerte ce jour pour saluer le partenariat entre l'Organisation des Nations Unies et l'Union africaine qui s'est particulièrement renforcé depuis la prise de fonction de la nouvelle Commission de l'Union africaine. En rappel, le secrétaire général de l'Organisation des Nations Unies, M. Antonio Guterres, et le président de la Commission de l'Union africaine, Moussa Faki Mahamat, se sont rencontrés au siège de l'ONU à New York en avril 2017 dans le cadre de la première conférence annuelle ONU-Union africaine. À cette occasion, les deux responsables ont signé un important document portant sur la coopération sur les questions de paix, de sécurité, de prévention des conflits, les questions humanitaires et la gouvernance politique. La signature de cet accord cadre de coopération représente une étape importante dans le partenariat entre les deux organisations. Il a créé les conditions d'une coordination renforcée de nos activités à tous les niveaux et particulièrement sur les questions de paix et de sécurité, de gouvernance et des droits de l'homme. Et je n'oublie pas le développement inclusif et durable sur le continent africain. Le groupe de suivi de cet accord s'est d'ailleurs réuni en septembre dernier pour faire le point du chemin parcouru. Je ne saurais terminer mon propos sans réitérer nos sincères félicitations et fraternels vœux de succès dans l'accomplissement de sa noble et exaltante mission à Madame Vera Songwe en sa qualité de secrétaire exécutif de la CEA. Nous l'assurons de notre entière disponibilité et de l'engagement de la Commission de l'Union africaine à travailler avec elle. Je ne saurais terminer, là était le message du président Faki, sans remercier la Commission de l'Union africaine et la Commission des Nations Unies, excusez-moi, pour avoir organisé cette importante cérémonie. Je salue tous ceux qui ont participé au travail ayant permis aujourd'hui de nous retrouver ce matin. Et merci beaucoup d'avoir associé l'Union africaine.
Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you. It's so heartwarming to see this space filled up with very hopeful faces. Let me begin with the ceremonial greetings and say, Your Excellency Ambassador Wade Belay Abtu, thank you for being here. Also, Madam Minata Samate, the Commissioner for Political Affairs at the AU Commission. Madam Giovanni Biha, who is the Deputy Executive Secretary, we already heard from her. We also have here Excellencies, heads of diplomatic missions and international organizations. Welcome. Development partners in general, my UN heads of agencies who are here, and all UN colleagues. You know, I don't know about you, but each time I stand there watching the raising of the UN flag, I feel extremely moved. It's a very moving moment for me because I think about the world with nearly 200 different flags, national flags. And to be working for an organization that unifies all of that in one flag that we can all stand with and acknowledge as our one humanity and one society, I think it's an incredible thing to feel and to be part of. This year, the UN Day theme is diversity, potential in our diversity. And this is really one that resonates for us in Ethiopia, because we're here in a country that officially celebrates diversity as the core fabric of its national identity and the engine of its ambitious growth. Giving due recognition to the potential in diversity also speaks to the commitment anchoring the Sustainable Development Goals, which is that we leave no one behind, as the students just proclaimed. And this is not an easy commitment to deliver on, as our collective history indeed has demonstrated. Ladies and gentlemen, if we look at the most obvious area of diversity, which is gender, we realize that our failure to exploit the potential of this diversity is costing sub-Saharan Africa alone about $95 billion a year. This is the estimated cost of not taking into account what women have to contribute in the labor market. So it is serious. Today, the reason we celebrate the UN Day is because we want to remind ourselves and renew our commitment to making the world a better place for people. The UN in Ethiopia is a family of about 28 agencies, funds, and programs who support the government and communities to tackle climate change and its effects. We connect the country to the best development solutions that the world could possibly offer, while helping to promote, preserve, and protect homegrown solutions and knowledge. We invest in strengthening the capacity of national and regional institutions to deliver quality basic social services to all Ethiopians, irrespective of where they were born, where they live, or who their parents are. And we maintain a very special focus on the most vulnerable. We are contributing to ensuring that all Ethiopian children, boys and girls, are registered at birth, that they are well nourished in mind and body, that they are vaccinated against diseases that are preventable, that we make sure that they are given a chance not only to survive their 5th birthday, but to also grow to adulthood with their potential fully realized. The UN works not only to create more jobs, but to ensure that the world of work is dominated by decent work that guarantees the safety and the dignity of the workers. We are learning in this journey that it is not enough to fight poverty. We must invest in deliberately creating wealth and prosperity in countries such as Ethiopia. We're learning to fight the greater fight of inequality and intolerance, against inequality and intolerance. We're learning that we need to invest as much energy and resources in tackling the things that slow down development as we do the things that accelerate development. These are conflict, climate risks, unmanaged urbanization and population dynamics as a few examples. And we are proud, as the UN in Ethiopia, to be associated with the National Development Ambition, the Growth and Transformation Plan, that has at its core the principle of inclusive and sustainable development. This is why we are committed to staying the course with Ethiopia in its journey towards attaining the Sustainable Development Goals and indeed reaching middle income status. All members of the UN signed up to the Agenda 2030. We only have 13 years left to create a new and sustainable world, one that is better for the planet and that many people have a better life with. Exploiting the potential of diversity is one sure way of ensuring that we have a better chance of delivering on this common agenda, and at the heart of harnessing the potential of diversity lies our youth. Here in Ethiopia, youth represent the clear majority. Close to 2/3 of the population is under the age of 24 years. We need to actively invest in instilling in the youth the respect for diversity and recognition of its potential to improve our lives and shape our common future. On behalf of the UN system in Ethiopia, I really want to appreciate the Ethiopian government and the people of Ethiopia for giving us the space that we enjoy, the hospitality and the high level of cooperation that we have to do the work that we're here to do. And let me end with a quote of an anonymous philosopher who said, diversity, and I quote, is the one true thing that we all have in common. Celebrate it every day. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those remarks to our UN